wondering if you could tell me a little bit about Astia and how it serves the female entrepreneurial community.
Absolutely. Astia is a global organization built on a community of experts focused on the success of women-led high-growth companies. This is broadly serving the community of high-tech, clean tech, and life science companies, and we work with the companies on access to capital, achieving high growth, and developing the executive leadership of the women on the founding team.
Great, fantastic. And I wondered if you have access to any stats at the moment about how many female entrepreneurs get investment or anything up to date in that corner or that arena?
Well, what's really interesting is there's good news and bad news. So the bad news is that women still secure less than 10% of venture capital. Hasn't changed much in the last 10 years.
Right.
The good news, the exciting news, and the real opportunity for Astia, as I see it, is that there's great research validating the reason why we should all care. Number one, research shows that if women had the same access to capital as their male counterparts, we would see 6 million jobs created in 5 years.
Wow.
2 million of those in year one alone. And that is our economic jobs recovery we're all seeking right now. Really exciting numbers. The other really exciting news is that companies that have women in executive leadership roles, along with men, outperform those that don't for their investors and for their shareholders.
Wow.
So there's really great and exciting research, while we haven't yet seen the move as it relates to the percentage of venture capital going into women CEOs.
Right. And I know that you have offerings in Europe. Can you tell me a little bit about the European scene and how that's looking now for women entrepreneurs? I've been gone a while now.
Europe's exciting. I find the entrepreneurial ecosystem there certainly a buzz. And
Right.
what is the real opportunity for Astia in Europe is that we're a global community. And we have great access to serial entrepreneurs around the world. So when an entrepreneur qualifies for Astia and joins us, they actually join this peer-to-peer network, which is really strong and can break them out of their local social entrepreneurial norms and help them access really the high-growth global entrepreneurial opportunity.
Really?
And what I find about the European entrepreneurs is they're ready for that. They're not interested in playing small. They're very interested in playing big. And I think that a platform like Astia really enables that to go quickly.
And I know that the numbers of female entrepreneurs in Europe are smaller than in the States, even though they're small here. So I'm just wondering, are you seeing any movement in that area? Are more women starting to get on board in entrepreneurship?
Fantastic question, and it's a question that, interestingly, globally is front of mind. I'm actually going to participate in the APEC conference, the Asia Pacific
Right.
Economic Conference, talking about women in the economy, because globally, women are almost half the entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Where we're not is in high growth entrepreneurship, and that's certainly true here in the US and in Europe. And really why it matters in high growth is what I talked about with the job creation. In the last 30 years, all new jobs were created by enterprises less than 5 years old. So
Wow.
we should want women playing in this space.
Yes.
And it's really about getting innovation to market and job creation and wealth creation for those women.
Yes.
But you're right, the numbers aren't much better in Europe than they are here, the numbers aren't much better here than they are in Europe. And actually, it's not tracked. So it's a bit of data that's not tracked that we
Yes.
desperately need.
Yes, and I guess it's a bit disparate because so many different countries are involved in the European.
What I'm excited about, though, is I think that the message is getting out. We certainly are seeing at Astia, anecdotally, an increase in people reaching out to find out about us, finding out how they can become involved as entrepreneurs. So we're seeing an increase in our pipeline, even if we don't know that if that's true within the broader market.
Fabulous. Well, as you know, I've always been a very strong fan of Astia and your work, and I think I'm hoping that you continue on for a long time to come, or hopefully maybe not.
Well, our goal, we actually have a pretty big goal in front of us. What we've committed to as part of a collaboration with 50 other organizations globally, 60 now,
Right.
is we see the opportunity to mainstream the Astia message and really bake in an understanding of why it matters. And we see that within the decade, we won't need to exist as an organization.
Wow.
And what we believe is that women are half of the MBAs, half of the college graduates, more than half of the college graduates, and approaching half of the PhDs. There is an abundant pipeline of talented women at the ready. If we show them the path and the opportunity and give them access to the networks, that's all it takes for them to succeed in this space. And then Astia gets to go away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today, Sharon. It's been brilliant just getting this feedback, and particularly the stats. It's really exciting news.
Thank you, Pamela, and keep doing these. These are great.
Thank